sections, the actual AbState stuff. Okay, whoa, that's a big comment. Let's see what we have here. GETTR, I get the no centralized coordination comment. A group of disparate people believing the same thing will act similarly without direct contact to get to the goal. That can present a facade of a cabal. Yeah. Speaking of a facade of a cabal, it's almost like there's a cabal, and again, we're looking at not necessarily organized folks working together for a common purpose. From Liz Churchill. I.e., there's not actually a group of supervillains sitting around a table starting every meeting with, "So, gentlemen, how do we kill Superman?" Except there might be. It doesn't mean that everybody that does what the supervillains want actually works for the supervillains. Don't ever be 100% sure there isn't some shadowy shit going on. From Liz Churchill. Britons swarm Keir Starmer screaming, "Pedo protector and traitor," right in his terrified face. This grooming gang-enabling asshole sold out British children and flooded Britain with rapists. Now the people fucking hate him. Starmer's finished. We saw this with the Irish guy there a couple of days ago. We're seeing it now with Starmer. People are done. They are no longer... We saw it with Trudeau before he ended up out of office. People in public were just fucking heckling him. And I'm here for it. Our politicians in the West have for far too long been able to be insulated from the people they're supposed to be governing, the people they owe a duty to. That's David Lammy. You should be scared too, Dave. It's okay, though. Later on, David Lammy reported that he had done the numbers and there were at least 6 million people harassing him. I fucking hate David Lammy. Also, I will point out one thing as soon as the guy comes visible. That's a Canadian flag, motherfucker. What are you doing over there jumping into that protest? Get the fuck out of the way, let the Britons handle their own shit. Actually, I'm going to suggest something. That may actually be an American. Yeah, apparently it's a somewhat common thing for the Americans to wear Canadian gear when they go overseas, so they don't get identified. Yeah. Let's see. But now onto the games. No, not yet. Never mind, missed the cue. Gotta stop multitasking. Yes, excuse me. Yes, to echo Donut Operator. Sorry. Always bully them. Yes, absolutely, always bully. You cannot hate the journalists enough. Roast them, mock them, roast them and mock them until they cry, tease them about crying, and then make memes about them crying so that they have something else to cry about. Sweetheart. Watch this. Watch her frigging with her hair. Don't you think maybe if you're going to do a job that puts you in a potential for violence, you shouldn't have hair down to your hips? You know, something somebody can grab a hold of and swing you like a fucking flail?
You sis! You're a child abuser! You child abuser!
No, guys, he's not abusing the kids. He's paying the rent, boys. Come on.
You child abuser!
Be accurate at least.
Where's Jimmy Savile?
Look at him. He's absolutely shitting himself. I mean, good. Should be intimidated. I do like how the response to the first Get Back was fuck off. There are a few things on Earth as pleasant to listen to as someone swearing in a British accent. Referring to politician that time. Oh, okay, yeah, always bully the politician. Yeah, I'm with you there too. Keir Starmer deserves rotten eggs and tomatoes at the least. No. And I'll say no because technically that's assault, plus you could hit people who don't deserve it. But this, absolutely, this is fine. This is not criminal by any means. This is protest. Yeah. Call him a PETA protector. He deserves it. He clearly is. I'm not sure about the Canadian flag guy, though. They are bum rushing his ass out of there. Look at that. Where's Lammy? They left David Lammy behind. And nobody paid any attention to him because he's so insignificant. No, he wasn't there. Oh, what the... Okay, that looks like a pretty good thrust kick, but... Oh, it wasn't a thrust kick, it was a tackle. Oh, shove. Completely uncalled for, by the way. And destroyed his phone? Oh, hang on. Watch the phone, trying to see where that came. Oh, okay, it was from this one. This guy here accidentally knocked the phone flying. Yeah, guys, maybe form a cordon and get your own asses out of there. Because people aren't happy with you either. That came courtesy of Skint Eastwood, by the way. I am following. How's that? Keir Starmer being taken for walkies. I let Jimmy Savile go. I covered up for Nick Brown. I refused an inquiry into Pakistani rape gangs. I supported accused child abuser Dan Norris. He hung out with Peter Mandelson. But I jailed a mum with a sick husband for hurty words. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Oh, I see that comment. Let's see. He always looks like a small animal about to be attacked in fairness. Also, fuck that worm. Yes. I stand by my position. Politicians can't do to us what they're doing and have absolutely no fear. Yeah. And they should know better. But they don't. From Eric St. Pierre, the fact that there was a heckler there with a Canadian cape is wild to me. That aside, good. It's time Keir is finally forced to resign. I'm not 100% sure he was Canadian, and I'm going to see if anybody in here said this. As a Canadian, I want this piece of shit out of politics and any authoritative place in regards to any humans. Exactly my thought. And I will point out, I'm suspecting that might have been an American. Okay. Because being reminded of such things is good. Let's see. This is from Wiretap Media. Oh, the Sikhs are mad. What are they mad about? A Sikh Indian issues violent death threats against the Skilled Truckers Canada Facebook account and its users for daring to expose their fraudulent trucking industry grift. They're not even hiding it anymore. Yeah.
Yo man, listen. This is about my religion, okay? You don't talk about any bullshit.
Okay. Maybe sober up and speak fucking English before you try to talk like you're a tough guy. Don't wave the knife around. That's a bad choice.
On social media, okay? If you next time you talk on my religion on social media, then I'm
so drunk he had to cut it because he knew he wasn't making any fucking sense.
telling you, this is my religion. You never talk about my religion.
Oh, your religion.
Okay? I'm
I
told
thought he
you
was saying his legion.
last time. Stop that bullshit, okay?
Didn't even turn off his ringer before he started recording, and then posted it anyway.
Stop that bullshit.
Your religion is bullshit. The fact that your people are allowed to carry weapons for defensive purposes in my country and I'm not is further bullshit. Fuck you.
Okay? Stop. Fuck off.
I don't know where they got the idea that was a death threat. Because he showed a knife? Okay, fine. Whatever. Not a very good death threat. Especially if the person you're trying to threaten has no idea what the fuck you're saying. Speak my language if you're going to try to threaten me in it. Canada flag, bro. Let's see. It says, did your... Oh, wait, no. Yes. Okay. Canada flag, bro, might be a Yank or even a Brit, but it's nice to see a Canadian flag actually being used to denounce authoritarianism. Fair. Tough guy fail. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Brutally bad tough guy fail. Deport. One-way trebuchet. If he was a white Canadian, he'd be in jail by now. Yes. You don't even have to say Canadian if he was white. because he's probably not Canadian. He needs to be thrown out. No, I no longer support deportation for people who commit crimes in this country when they're not actually from this country. POV, you're a white child in Quebec at school and your teacher found your social media. Yeah. Here's their plan. The ultimate goal is the same as the Islamist plan and the China plan. Yeah, they're all here for their own purposes. After being truck drivers in Canada for 3 years, we got our pilot license. No. Oh yeah, this is fucking hilarious. Well, no, it's not. What it is egregious and should be immediately punished. In Nice, a street pianist was harassed by a North African migrant who demanded he stop playing because music is haram. What kind of antisocial, aggressive Stone Age behavior is this? It's called Islamist. Jihadist, even. This guy is fighting jihad. Literally, jihad means pushing forward Islam against everything else. That's it. That's all it really means. So if this guy's religious belief is that music is unclean, for lack of a better term, then he's going to push that shit. Now, Jew, listen here. You cannot be talking about my religion like this, or are you going to get to hurt real... Oh, Jesus Christ. You got me doing the fucking... Oh, what's his name? Someone's going to get to hurt real bad. Sean Majumder? No, not Majumder. The really asshole one. Russell Peters. There we go. Some idiot who ain't from around here. Yeah. Someone going to get to hurt real bad. Now, granted, Russell Peters is funny, but he's still an asshole. Now, they're speaking French, but the idea is this guy is just coming over and being a fucking dick. Also, for the record, if you're a man interested in defending yourself, don't let someone put their hand on your shoulder. Especially when you don't know them. Especially when they're sitting next to you like that. Because all it takes from this position is that. And you're in a headlock. Also, for the record, I'm willing to bet that vape does not have nicotine in it from the looks of this guy's eyes. Yeah, he does not look like he's in a steady frame of mind, does he? It's an interesting thing how the Mohammedans never got their hands on marijuana. Yeah. Russell Peters, thank you. Bingo. Slap across the face right there, bare minimum. Oh. Get off me. Yeah. Allez, something like that. Why are you petting his knee and trying to be his friend? Yeah. Okay, there, good job. Firm, immediate reaction. Fuck you, stop that shit. Now, you notice how this guy is starting to get aggressive with the other guy? The pianist is being aggressed against. He's trying to get rid of him. At this point, this is where you start stroking him in the face with your left hand. Not that I encourage violence, but sometimes it is fucking necessary to teach someone a lesson when they're so uncivilized you can't talk to them. Okay, he just slapped him. I'm sorry, that's grounds for a nice, comfortable right cross. Threw a cigarette out. Close it up. Call the cops. I'd immediately be calling cops. Tell him to fuck off. You're also lucky he didn't steal your fucking backpack.
Comment ça, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Tu viens, tu m'agresses et encore tu me demandes ce que j'ai? Eh ben alors c'est bon, stop. À ce stade, c'est bon.
Harassment, I think. If you were being harassed, call a cop. Nah, that's what you should have done, Skippy. Pianos greater than goats. Fact, not a single country has gotten better because of third world and Muslim immigration. They've all gotten worse. Our friend Vlad has a solution. Remember, yeah, push him off the stool. Punches and bunches. Violence can be diplomacy if that's the only language the other party speaks. Not diplomacy. Correction. You have to correct behavior in order to manage behavior. If you're not willing to correct it, then you're willing to tolerate it. And you get what you tolerate. What is this? Apparently the Spanish health minister is pissed off at Trump. over the Noelia Garcia? No, Noelia Gonzalez? It was, no, not Garcia. Castillo, that's what it was. From the Grift Report. Furious, Spanish Health Minister Monica Garcia has told Donald Trump to stop sticking his nose in Spain's business over the U.S.-ordered probe into the euthanasia of gang rape victim Noelia Castillo. The 25-year-old was paralyzed after attempting suicide by jumping from a fifth-floor window following a brutal nightclub gang rape. More than one, from what I understand. Then spent years in agony begging to die beautiful in her prettiest dress. She was euthanized last week despite splits in the family and claims that she was showing hesitancy in her final hours, especially when you combine that with the fact that she was being isolated intentionally by people. Trump's team slammed Spain for failing to prosecute repeated sexual assaults against her while in state care. That's a matter of actually incorrect fact there. It's not factually correct that she was raped while in state care. It's a fact that she was raped, period. That's all that really matters. Garcia raged, Spain is a serious country. Trump should stop fueling the international far-right agenda. You think Trump is far-right? You're cute. No. From Ginger Grind. Spain is not a serious country at all. They got it in reverse. They should have hanged the rapists and harvested them for their organs instead of that innocent girl. Absolutely. Yeah. Edward the Deplorable. Spain is a left-wing piece of shit country and the far right needs to be fueled. Fuck her. She's an enemy of white people. Yep. And I will say this for the cheap seats. Spaniards are white. Let's see. I absolutely reject euthanasia, but Monica Garcia is right. None of Trump's. Okay. I'm against this, but because this guy is against it too, I'm not interested in being against it anymore. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of the conversation. Your personal animus versus your moral outrage, and your personal animus wins out, you don't have moral outrage. From Mark Nixon, Canada's Environment Minister says the oil and gas industry is begging for an industrial carbon price. Yes. Somewhere there is a capitalist industry magnate who is going, no, we need to be taxed more. Listen for the click. Stick it to the Spaniards. Inigo Montoya would be slashing hearts if he saw what they were up to. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, my mother, my brother, my sister, my cousin. Prepare to die. Yeah. The video clip provided by Jasmine Lane. Well, it says right there, yes. Okay. I think this is Jolie again. 2
out of the 4 things that you were hoping to hit by this deadline. The Prime Minister saying he had a lengthy conversation with Premier Smith yesterday. Is Alberta still committed to an industrial carbon price of $130 per ton?
That's what's in our memorandum of understanding.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about MOUs is they change. We've got one for a new Churchill Falls deal with Quebec. I don't trust it.
And we know, and they know because they would be hearing it from industry as well, that a strong, predictable industrial carbon price is important. That's what industry...
Predictable. It isn't predictable. It changes far too often.
Industry is looking for. They're looking for that certainty, and so we need to continue to work. Industry is looking for. They're looking on predictable industrial carbon price is important. That's what industry is looking for. They're looking for that certainty. As
you're going to claim that industry is looking for certainty. Industry knows things are unpredictable. Industry is not interested in certainty. Industry is interested in having the ability to make money for their shareholders. That's their fucking priority. If it's anything, if they say it's anything else, don't fucking trust them. And this bitch saying that the industry wants the carbon pricing? Nah, fuck off.
So we need to continue to work towards that. You can get really nerdy in the details when we start talking about an industrial carbon price. So there are pieces that still need to be worked out. I think
she uses the phrasing, you can get really nerdy in the details because she doesn't want people to look at the details. She's attempting to nerd shame you into not looking at it. And she's also trying to suggest that it's too complicated for her to understand. This is the energy minister who doesn't want to look into the details and understand what is being dealt with here. She has no interest in that because it's for nerds. Sorry, slipped on that one. I was a little too enthusiastic. There we go. Businesses are begging to be taxed into raising prices to maintain profits. They just say things. Remind me again why we're not allowed to throw rotten eggs and tomatoes at them. Collateral damage.
I think it's really important that in this moment, we're all at the table, we're having that conversation.
It's very important that in this moment, we're all at the table. Shut the fuck up. Not everybody gets a say. Video clip, yeah. Fuck the World Economic Forum. Yes, do notice that this is a 6, and this is a 6, and this is a 6. Yeah, I know. In March 2025, 14 Canadian oil and gas CEOs representing major players published an open letter demanding the repeal of Ottawa's carbon pricing. Yeah, but they want the carbon price. Yeah, sure they do. Fuck's sakes. And that wasn't Jolie. I don't know who that bitch was. But she's off her fucking head for sure. Because this is Jolie. Jolie gets asked about the possibility of removing the federal fuel tax. Guess what? They're taking note of the prices. She then unbelievably tells the press they shouldn't be asking her any other questions other than what she was at this event for. In actuality, what she is actually saying is, we pay your bills. Why the fuck are you asking us questions we didn't approve of? Yeah. Who's this ardent party asshole?
Merci. So, of course, we're taking note of what the prices of oil and gas are.
Are you stoned, drunk, or just unprepared? That's an awful lot of
are in the world right now. We know it's hurting Canadians, and at the same time, we are very much aware that there's a war in the Middle East. The
war in the Middle East doesn't have to affect our oil prices. You know why? Because we have the 4th largest reserves on the planet. 4th largest oil reserve on the planet. Why the fuck aren't we yanking that shit out of the fucking ground, using it ourselves and selling the surplus?
We also take note of President Trump's speech last night, and the Minister of Finance and the Prime Minister will be reacting to that shortly. I wanted to talk more about the announcement today, and I think it's important that the media cover this, and thank you for being here. There are 2 things that have been highlighted.
I think I missed part of the beginning here.
Merci. So,
in any case, yeah, it's obvious they're pissed off how hungover she is. Yeah, she could be hungover too. Yeah. Let's see. I'm sure she had a couple wine spritzers this morning. Did you know that in Kuwait, which was literally bombed for weeks, they dropped the cost to 80 cents a gallon? I had no idea. Meanwhile, back in Canada, they're monitoring the situation and importing LNG from fucking Australia. Because, yeah, that's great for the environment. Jesus. So Canadians are now limited to not only what question are asked, but when. Yeah. Socialism. You can vote it in. Yeah. What is this? Gas prices in Iran. Gas prices in Iran are tiered? The Islamic Republic of Iran. Fuel pricing 2026. Tiered quota system converted to Canadian per litre as of as of now. For the first 60 liters in a month, you pay 4 cents a liter. Holy shit. If it goes beyond 160 liters a month, you pay 14 cents a liter. Jesus Christ. I cannot think on my feet. Please do not unsolicited questions for this. Yeah, please do not ask unsolicited questions for the sake of clarity. Thank you, merci. Someone who cannot think seated or standing. Yeah. She's she's just a slightly prettier Chrystia Freeland. That's all she is. At least she's not picking her toes and ripping her fucking panties out of her ass every 5 minutes. From Dr. Malouf. Oh, this one probably should have been in Six Semper Mentalis. But, yeah. Mohammed from Pakistan attempted to rape a 13-year-old British girl. He defends himself. I couldn't control myself. She is very attractive. I was overwhelmed. I couldn't control myself. Yeah. Well, I mean, look at the guy. You expect a fucking physiognomy like that to have self-control? But the suggestion here is to listen to how casually he says it.
Couldn't control myself.
You couldn't control yourself. Right, okay. What was it that you couldn't control?
My soul.
Yeah, but what about yourself?
Overwhelmed.
This creature does not communicate or ponder on any level that you're familiar with. There's not enough IQ there to justify breath. Where's Negan when you need him? Come get some Muhammad. Yeah. True biblical punishment for abusing children. Yeah, millstone around your neck. Islam is as dangerous in a man as rabies in a dog. No, I wouldn't say that. I think it's more dangerous. Yeah. I refuse to coexist with people who want to behead me. This is the way. I am past the point of just wanting them in prison. Yep. Speaking of people who potentially should be in prison, let's talk about how Pam Bondi doesn't have a job anymore. Pam Bondi has Bondi, sorry. I keep getting the Australian Bondi Beach mixed up. Pam Bondi has been officially fired from the Department of Justice for using her position to cover up for child traffickers linked to Jeffrey Epstein. Bondi was more concerned about the stock market, handed out fake binders, and stalled investigations. She will be remembered as an elite pedophile protector. Yes, she will. And my question is, who's she actually taking the rap for? Trump is considering replacing her with Zionist Jew Lee Zeldin. Yeah, great. The Dow's at 50,000, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, and you're still worried about exposing pedos? Yeah. Pam Bondi in action figure. It's on my desk. Yeah. We don't ever think anybody will ever forget that. Let's see. We'll skip this one because I want to get out of here and use the washroom and get some gaming in. Thanks for that mental imagery. 3,000 years of inbreeding. Yep. This is going to be, I think, the last one. No, I still have a pile of them. Okay, I'm going to skip that one. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So, a Jamaican woman who was served a deportation order from Canada more than 5 years ago after being found guilty of killing her own stepson has been awarded the right to stay on the basis that she would be mistreated upon her return. In Jamaica? How would Jamaica mistreat her? Let's see what the actual article says here. Let's see. Judge rules that immigration officer failed to engage with expert report concerning the treatment of deportees returning to Jamaica. So it's all the judge again. I heard she also tipped off Swalwell that he was about to be investigated. Wouldn't shock me. Let's see. Nichelle Nakis Rowe obtained permanent residence in 2005, but it was removed in response to her committing second-degree murder on her stepson with an application for her removal filed with the federal court. Okay, well, fuck you, Juno News. I knew there was a reason I didn't use your fucking links very often. So, yeah, the claim is, if you send me home, I'll be mistreated. Princess, Jamaica was, and potentially still is, part of the Commonwealth. You'd be under the same rules of treatment. Fuck off. Nobody's buying that shit. Let's see. We'll do one from Max. Oh, I have another Juno News one there that I'm just going to dump. Yeah, let's do one from Max real quick here. How many do I have left? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that one's retarded, so it has to stay. That one can go because it's just old news. That one stays because I need to respond to that. Okay, and then this one is what I'm doing now. Okay, we have 2 more after this. From Maxime Bernier. The federal government has come up with almost $26 billion for Ukraine since Russia launched its invasion in 2022. Yeah, that's not when the war started, though. The People's Party is the only party that opposed the war in Ukraine and the sending of military equipment and money to Ukraine. We must put Canadians first, not Ukrainians. Ottawa's going to send another $51 million. And that's as of today. The federal government plus conservative opposition approved $26 billion to Ukraine since February of 2022, right after politicians in the world ended 2 years of COVID pandemic mandates. Wave after wave, then came the Ukraine war. They transferred taxpayers' money. Yeah. Somebody's doing the Grok is this real thing again. From YM, in 2000, who is Acadian, if I recognize that flag properly. In 2019, via Bill C-75, Royal Assent June 21st, Trudeau's government repealed Section 181 of the Criminal Code, the spreading false news offense. It criminalized willfully publishing false statements known to cause or likely cause injury or mischief to a public interest, right before the scamdemic. Yeah, and a couple of years or so earlier, Barack Obama did the same thing. He removed the control against propagandizing their own people in the U.S. I don't want to finish with this. Yeah, let's do this one next, and then we'll finish with that one, because that last one is dark, and I have something to cover after. That's a bit funnier. Not that truck at the beginning funny, but pretty funny. So, from Basil the Great, absolutely disgraceful. One of the most sadistic and disgusting articles I've ever read. This is not flake. This is not fake. It's completely real. Why a rise in sexual assaults by migrants is a price worth paying to end racism. It all comes down to food and fucking slaves. I swear to fuck. I cannot believe an outlet published this. Yeah. Increasingly, these encounters result in a mixed-race child, a new surname, and a happy future. Fucking what? They describe the rape crisis as lasting love, and say for years the right-wing media has cultivated an image of the refugee as hypersexualized and violent. The fucking statistics do that! Jesus. Okay, from one thing that pisses me off to another thing that just fills me with fucking doubt for the future of humanity. This is... Oops. That's okay, that works out. It gives me a moment to go, that's kind of funny. I didn't pause my music on my opening page. In any case, do you think I'm an evil person for having an abortion? This is from Tom Sowell. Quotes, if you're not following Thomas Sowell, not aware of who he is, you should definitely investigate. Okay, so the question asked is, do you think I'm evil for having an abortion? Yes. Had to struggle with that for about a half a second, but yes. I think you are evil for having an abortion.
So, I've had an abortion.
Bitch.
Do you think I'm an evil person for having an abortion?
No.
Then why? So
I'm
if
sorry
I
you
were
had
to
an abortion, and
I'm not.
And I wish
I'm not sorry.
I wish you felt like you didn't have to choose
No,
between
I
your
wanted
life
to
and your
choose
child.
that.
These two women arguing over abortion, there's a problem here. They both, at some level, are seeking to be liked. They're not trying to be right. They're seeking to be liked for their opinion. Men don't think that way. Men look at the truth and go, yeah, that's the truth. And it's important because it's the truth. Women will tell the truth because it gets them liked. Let's see. I think you're evil for celebrating and encouraging it. Absolutely.
You wanted to choose to have an abortion, ma'am?
Yes.
Were you excited to have your abortion?
No, it was the most painful process I've ever been through.
It was the most painful process I've ever been through. I'm going to assume she means physically. And then she says this.
And I will do it again 1,000.
I'll do it again. So learn nothing from having unintentionally gotten pregnant, I assume, and then having had a medical procedure that could have potentially sterilized her. Okay, now you're evil for casually saying you just wanted one.
What made you feel like you had to choose abortion?
I chose it because it was my choice to make.
Nobody told me no.
And because I didn't want to bring a child into a world that's dying.
Where did you get the idea that the world is dying, you silly bint?
The world is dying?
Yes, the world is dying.
How is that going to help the world from not dying?
No. Stop. You go back and you challenge that first assumption. I know this woman doesn't want to do that because if she shows this other woman who's had the abortion that the world is not in fact dying, then it forces the other woman to go, oh shit, maybe I made a mistake. But she won't.
Well, why would having a kid...
Why are you begging the question in reverse? Why are you answering with a question? Well, simple. She's playing Woe's Gambit. She's pretending she doesn't understand the concept, the premise.
While I'm trying to go through college and support my family.
Support your family? So you already have kids? Or you have people who depend on you and you got knocked up? Responsibility and accountability. Modern women don't want to.
How would that benefit me?
Well, do you think your life is just about you?
Yeah.
There it is. I'm the only thing that matters. I am the center of the universe. Everything I want is absolutely right and correct.
It is, because it's my life.
Do you think you have any duty as a member of our society, or do you think your body or your life is meant for anything greater than just your own pursuits?
No.
No, of course not.
Is there any point to this life?
I'll say one other thing, too. The editing here is good. When she's wrong, she's on the bottom.
No.
I feel really sorry for you.
I don't.
Let me stop you both. Ask her how she feels about the baby that died.
But I feel really bad that you had an abortion.
She wants you to feel bad that she had an abortion. That is part of the point. They are programming these people to be fucking evil. And evil people revel in the harm their evil causes.
That's great for you.
Standing with you.
See? She doesn't give a fuck.
.org, you get resources, and if you ever find yourself pregnant again,
I would abort it immediately.
She just wants to be hateful to this person that she thinks is not likable. Here's the perception of likability here. The chick with the glasses on the bottom, sorry, I didn't realize they both had glasses right away. The chick on the bottom is under the impression that everyone who is of the right mind dislikes the person on top. So if she makes that other person feel bad or express that she feels bad in any way, that's a win for this college cunt. Yeah. GETTR says, there's the individualism you didn't like, Ardent. Mindless selfishness. Yeah. I don't feel sorry for you either. Get fucked. Yeah. I don't feel sorry for her at all. I actually am quite enraged by this person, which is what she wants, because she then perceives that my rage is a positive to the people that she wants to court approval of.
Again.
I hope wouldn't there.
I would immediately abort it again.
Do you think there's something less extreme that we could do?
Yeah, I'm going to get sterilized next year.
Thank you. People like you shouldn't fucking procreate. And then in 5-10 years after that, when you realize, shit, I fucked up, yeah, have fun.
Actually.
That's really sad.
Is that the ugly friend you bring with you to make you feel better about yourself?
That's really sad.
It's not sad.
I'm sorry you feel that you have to do that.
I'm ending my bloodline, and I'm proud.
You're not ending your bloodline. Here's the thing that you bitches don't seem to get. It's not your fucking bloodline. Actually, this dovetails nicely with the thing I'm about to show.
Your bloodline didn't survive for you to be weak. Burn, fight, and conquer. Every man before you shed blood so you could stand here today. Don't fucking disgrace them with laziness and excuses. Carry their fire, their struggle, their scars in your chest. Be the storm they would have been proud of. Weakness is betrayal. Strength is your duty.
Damn. Sophia Camilla 6, thanks for the follow. That's probably more bots. If you're not a bot, Sophia, say hi. There's a lot of women who should have their ovaries removed. Sorry, not sorry. I would... It's hard to argue that point. I think I'd take a different tack. I think I would encourage them as much as possible to realize that certain behaviors are not something you can be redeemed from. Something you can't make amends or atone for. So, yeah. The only thing you're left with at that point is trying your damnedest to do as well as you can for others. Okay, folks, that is going to be the end of the recorded show today. Excuse me. If you would like to support me, and thank you to my 2 new followers, and of course to the people who were in chat, GETTR, Kalergi, Sophia Camilla 6, and I believe the other one was Tiffany6997, which I suspect may be bots, but who knows. If you like what I do, feel free to throw me a few bucks over on Ko-Fi. If you do so on a monthly basis, I will throw your name into the ticker. I'll get there. One of these days I'll have this spiel down and nobody will notice. GETTR says there are some people you cannot reach that are so far gone you have to cut them loose and move on without them. She's one of them. Possibly. The funny thing about women is they don't form lifelong friendships the way men do. And what that means is when she ends up on the outs with one group who hold, for example, pro-abortion views, and then begins to be befriended by people who hold anti-abortion views, her views will change. It is simply the way it is. Or if she decides she wants a relationship with a guy who is anti-abortion, her views will change. Women will change their views based on, well, sorry, not will. Sometimes, occasionally, mostly, generally, change their views based on the men that they want to be with. In any case, folks, I'm going to end it there. If you like what I do, throw me a few bucks over on Ko-Fi. Like, share, comment, chat. Thank you again. GETTR, Kalergi, the other two female names that are probably bots. If you throw me money on a monthly basis and you don't want to be anonymous about it, I'll throw your name in the ticker with Zenrab7, Sadie Sapientier, and Simon JJ. Otherwise, you go in the Orangutan Gang. Other than that, I hope you have a good Easter tomorrow. I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'm taking a day off. Or, let me say, I have no intention of doing an organized show tomorrow. I may simply game stream tomorrow. In any case, I hope you're doing well. I hope you continue to do well. And as always, rise and rise again until lambs become lions. Bye-bye.